Everyone, this is Yamini Seni, and we were doing Class 9 English Movements book, chapter number 3, Iswaran the Storyteller. So, we have done with the reading of this chapter, we have done with the glossary as well. So, today we have to do with the question answers. And before that, we are going to talk about the author of this story. Ishwaran the Storyteller was written by R.K. Laxman. R.K. Laxman, as you can see in this picture, that he is a famous cartoonist. As you can see in the left hand side, there is a picture of his famous cartoon character. So, what is the full form of R.K. Laxman? So, Rasipuram Krishna Swami Iyer Laxman, commonly known as R.K. Laxman, was an Indian cartoonist, illustrator, and humorist. He is best known for his creation, The Common Man. उन्होंने कॉमन मैन के ऊपर या उनसे रिलेटेड जो है अपनी डेली लाइफ जो कार्टून स्ट्रिप है वो बनाई है. लाइक काफ़ी ह्यूमरस इनका कंटेंट होता था और ये एक इलिस्ट्रेटर की कैटेगरी में हम इन्हें रख सकते हैं. The Common Man, and for his daily cartoon strip You Said It in the Times of India, which started in 1951. तो टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया में भी इनकी जो कार्टून स्ट्रिप्स हैं वो पब्लिश्ड हुआ करती थी, जो कि 1951 से स्टार्ट हुआ था. इनका जन्म जो है दैट इज़ ही बॉर्न ऑन 24 October 1921 इन मैसूरू. He died on 26 January 2015, Deenanath Mangeshkar Hospital and Research Center, Pune. He is known for Common Man cartoon. Like he's very famous from, or he's get very famous from or by making the cartoon on a common man. So Common Man cartoon is the one which he's known for. अवार्ड्स की अगर हम बात करें तो लाइफ टाइम अचीवमेंट अवार्ड इनको मिला है फॉर जर्नलिज्म, और काफ़ी सारे अवार्ड्स हैं जो इनको मिले हैं फॉर हिज ट्रिमेंडस वर्क इन दिस फील्ड. सिबलिंग की अगर हम बात करें तो इनके आर के लक्ष्मण के सिबलिंग जो है वो आर के नारायण है. बुक्स की अगर हम बात करें, मेनली मैंने यहाँ पे कुछ बुक्स की कलेक्शन यहाँ पे शो करने की कोशिश की है. दैट इज़ द बेस्ट ऑफ लक्ष्मण, लाफ विद लक्ष्मण, द टनल ऑफ टाइम, then the very best of Common Man and Uncommon Man, Dose of Laughter, so Passing Thought, The Hotel Rivera, and there are many more books which are written by R.K. Lakshman. So now let us come to the question answer of this chapter, Class 9 English, Chapter 3, Ishwaran the Storyteller. So here we are going to talk about the answers. So first question is, in what way is Ishwaran an asset to Mahindra? वो ईश्वरन जो थे वो महिंद्रा के लिए एज एन असेट कैसे वर्क करते थे? सो ईश्वरन वॉज द कुक ऑफ महिंद्रा. ही वुड फॉलो हिम uncomplainingly wherever he was posted. He would cook for him, wash his clothes, and chat away with him. He could weave out endless stories and anecdotes on varied subjects. That is how he was an asset to Mahindra. Like everything he do for Mahindra, cook also, like he accompany him, बातें भी करते थे और clothes भी wash करते थे, and n number of endless stories उनके पास थी जिससे वो महिंद्रा को entertain करते थे. Now question 2 की अगर हम बात करें, how does Ishwaran describe the uprooted tree on the highway? What effect does he want to create in his listener? सो ईश्वरन जो डिस्क्राइब करते हैं कि अपरूटेड ट्री ऑन अ हाईवे, तो उससे वो क्या दिखाना चाहते हैं, क्या क्या दर्शाना चाहते हैं अपने लिसनर्स को. सो ईश्वरन डिस्क्राइब द अपरूटेड ट्री ऑन द हाईवे विद हिज हैंड्स हेल्ड आउट इन अ ड्रामेटिक जेस्चर. ही सेड द रोड वॉज deserted and I was all alone. Suddenly, I spotted something that looked like an enormous, bushy beast lying sprawled across the road. I was half inclined to turn and go back, but as I came closer, I saw that it was a fallen tree with its dry branches spread out. So, overall, अगर हम देखें, so he wants to create suspense in his listeners by giving such kind of description, right? So, we will just quote this line and we will write, he wants to create suspense in his listeners. Now अगर हम question 3 की बात करें, how does he narrate the story of the tusker? Does it appear to be plausible? सो जो नरेटर ऑफ द स्टोरी है, जो कि टस्कर है ना, एग्जैजरेटेड मतलब काफ़ी ज़्यादा बढ़ा चढ़ा के. सो ही टेल्स दैट टस्कर escaped from the timber yard and began to roam about, tearing up wild creepers, stamping on bushes, and breaking branches at will. It came into the main road and smashed the small shops selling fruits, mud pots, and clothes. It entered a school ground. It grunted and wandered about, tearing down the volleyball net, kicking and flattening the drum kept for water, and uprooting the shrubs. Teachers had climbed up to the terrace of the school building and helplessly watched the depredations of the elephant. Ishwaran tells that he was in junior class back then and was watching the drama from the rooftop. He hit the elephant toenail with a stick, and the elephant shivered from head to foot, and then it collapsed. It does not appear to be plausible because it is close to impossible for a child to control a mad elephant where even the adults are trying to save themselves. Also, getting beaten by a stick or on the toenail would not make a huge mammal shiver and collapse, right? So, all these things we are going to mention in this answer. कि किस तरह से हम जो ईश्वर की स्टोरी है वो अनबिलीवेबल सी हमें लगती है, या किस तरह वो पॉसिबल नहीं हो सकती है. इट डज़ नॉट अपीयर टू बी अ प्लॉजिबल, कि वो सच हमें नहीं लगती है. तो उसमें हम यही कर देंगे मेंशन कि जो जिस तरह से उन्होंने डिस्क्राइब किया कि जब बाकी जो लोग हैं वो डरे हुए थे, एंड जूनियर क्लास का बच्चा जो है वो भगाता है और उस एलिफेंट को और एक हिट करता है वो टोन व्हील पर, जिसकी वजह से जो मैमल है, जो एलिफेंट है हमारा, वो घायल हो जाता है. सो इट इज़ अ काइंड ऑफ नेक्स्ट टू इम्पॉसिबल. ओके, so now let us come to the question number 4. Why does the author say that Ishwaran seemed to more than make up for the absence of a TV in Mahindra living quarters? So how is more than a TV? So the author says that Ishwaran seemed to more than make up for the absence of a TV in Mahindra's living quarters, because not a day would pass without Ishwaran telling some story packed with adventure, horror, and suspense. This is the main quality of Ishwaran, right? So whether the story was credible or not, Mahindra enjoyed listening to it because of the inimitable way in which it was told. मतलब वो इतनी अच्छे तरीके से बताते थे, या इस तरह से बताते थे कि कोई भी उनकी इमिटेशन नहीं कर सकता था, कोई भी इनको कॉपी नहीं कर सकता था, और वो बहुत ही हॉरर, एडवेंचर और सस्पेंस के साथ अपनी स्टोरी बताते थे. क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 की अगर हम बात करते हैं, महिंद्रा कॉल्स घोस्ट और स्पिरिट्स अ फिगमेंट ऑफ द इमेजिनेशन. व्हाट हैपेंस टू हिम ऑन अ फुल मून नाइट. सो इसमें हम पूरा का पूरा वो कंसेप्ट लिखेंगे. जब महिंद्रा जो है वो पहले कहते हैं कि नहीं डरते हैं, और फिर वो अचानक डरने लगते हैं बाय द cat's movement, right? So all these things we are going to mention in this. Like Mahindra calls ghost or spirits a figment of the imagination when Ishwaran tells that he has seen a female ghost holding a fetus in its arm. One full moon night, Mahindra was woken up from his sleep by a low moan close to his window. He first thought it to be a cat prowling around for a mouse. He was tempted to know the source of the sound. Lowering himself to the level of the windowsill, he looked out at the white sheet of moonlight outside. Not too far away, there was a dark cloudy form clutching a bundle. Mahindra broke into a cold sweat and fell back on the pillow, painting. So all these things we are going to try to write in this. So question number 6, अगर हम बात करते हैं, can you think of some other ending for the story? What do you think? कि ending और क्या हो सकती है? So according to me, I have written over here in the given story, the climax says that Mahindra is acutely frightened by the possibility of the ghost actually being to his room the previous night. He resolves to leave the haunted place the very next day. Another climax could have ended up with Mahindra being more courageous and trying to find out the reality instead of running away from it. He would have found that the entire story was cooked up by Ishwaran, and he was the one holding the bundle in the night to scare Mahendra and make him believe his story. So yes, this could be. Or you can suggest some other writings also, or some other ending as well. Now, the last question of this chapter, is Ishwaran a fascinating storyteller? Discuss with your friends the qualities of a good storyteller. Try to use these qualities and tell a story. So, this you can write it down in your comment box so that we can have an interesting discussion. So, yes, Ishwaran is a fascinating storyteller, no doubt. He has the art of storytelling. He builds up the required amount of suspense and thrillers to his listener. So, qualities of a good storyteller are sound auditory skills होने चाहिए, understanding of gesture to be used, understanding of facial expression to be used, good imagination and creativity should be there, in-depth understanding of tone and pitch to be used, decent acting skills to so as to keep listeners engaged, like the way Ishwaran does, with the proper amount of adventure, horror, and suspense. So this is it about the author and the question answers of Ishwaran the storyteller from English Moments Class 9. So we will come up with the next chapter or some other chapter in the next video. Just go through it. If you have some doubt, you can write it down in the comment box. Goodbye.